YouTube, we're back. The OGs of the DMV Sports 3, we're back, and we're talking Commanders again, baby. We're talking Commanders off season, and we're looking at the coaches this week. The coaches. Maybe their last year as coaches too, we never know. But today we're going to be looking at the coaches, specifically the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, and the head coach. Are they doing their job or not? And is this their last year? It may be their last year. So we're going to talk about the coaches. Before we start talking about the coaches, let me let you introduce my boys, my man Deacon, and the man to the left of me or to the right of me, my man Trey Z. And these dudes are experts on the Commanders and especially their coaching staff. So today we're going to be talking about their coaches. Fellas, what we always say before we get going, let's get it.
Let's get it. In the summer, youngest on the corners be runners, out of towners be straight up corners. In DC, the K Corps, dirty Cadillacs, Desert Eagle cannon blast. Watch your back. Even the hood rats, keep it real where the hood's at. Swinging wooden bats at your so-called cats. You know how we roll, y'all get up in the back. Roll call in the back, stole the Bama, watch his ass fall flat.
In DC, when you got chickens that make it harder to get them digits, the skins and them cowboy tickets.
In DC, the K Corps, dirty Cadillacs, Desert Eagle cannon blast.
YouTube, we back. And today we're talking about Commanders and their coaching staff, and specifically their starting coaches, their main coaches, the offensive coordinator, my man, Scott Turner, the defensive coordinator, the political one. I ain't gonna bring his name up, the defensive coordinator, but he's very political. And we're gonna talk about Ron. Coach Ron and the head coach, the man that makes all the decisions for the Commanders. He might be making decisions for the owner. Where the owner's going, the owner might not be with us next year.
Owner gonna be right there, man.
You ain't got to worry about Dan, baby.
Big Dan.
Big Dan.
Don't worry about Big Dan.
Big Dan ain't going nowhere, huh? Big Dan ain't going nowhere.
Big Dan ain't even show up to the government can't get big. Big Dan was on a boat.
Big Dan is
Really partying as Goodell was taking all the shots. Ooh, They was like, Goodell, your organization is worthless. It's a bull job. You ain't nothing. Your mama ain't nothing. Your daddy ain't nothing. Goodell was just like, well, I guess I'm nothing.
Big Dan is in the south of France right now on the big yacht, drinking a martini, enjoying life. Big Dan, being Big Dan. But he has his boy Ron running the organization for him and making all the decisions. Coach Ron, Riverboat Ron. And this year, my personal opinion, it has to count this year. This is the counting year. We've been we had 2 7-win seasons in a row. It's time to win. Trey Z, what do you think? Is it time to win? What's going on, Trey Z, with our offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and our head coach? Time to win.
You're going to give me the opportunity to start with your boy. We're going to start with
That's my man.
That's your man. That is definitely
That's
your
my man.
You've been holding on to that for a couple of years.
I'm doubling down on it, too.
Okay. Well, Scott has all the weapons, apparently, again. Well, this time we'll see what happens.
Not again, for the first time.
Last year, let's just stop pretending. Last year, we thought that we was going in with a high power, though. Everybody came up limp and lame so that I could get
on
it.
the first play of the game.
Right. Even the quarterback went down. Right. I got it. So he had it then at this time. I'm saying again, who knows? Carson Wentz might go and jump on the boat with Dan and say, I ain't playing. We just gonna make money. Who knows? I don't know. But what I do know is when it comes down to coaching and Mr. Scott Turner, he has the weapons and we're going to have to see if he's going to utilize them to their talents. I don't care about your scheme. I like talent because I don't think he knows how to scheme because I do think he could have schemed open some players, man. I know how it hurts. I know how it hurts.
Like a shot to
the
heart.
Come on, Trey Z. Come on, baby.
Hey, look. We the only team that can get down within the 20-yard line going into the end zone, and we know for a fact we're kicking a field goal. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand.
We had a new arm quarterback. He couldn't beat the zone, man. He couldn't beat the zone.
Listen to me.
Going forward.
No, we're not going forward. We're going to talk about Scott Turner, because going forward, we're going to say, oh, he's going to be great. No, I'm going to say this. Scott Turner is going to have to turn on and pull out the playbook. And Al, I will say this, and I said it last year, and I'm saying it again. He did open up some plays, but what it is, he has a situation with consistency, and as always, excuses. So here's what Scott needs to do. Scott, if you're watching, all I'm asking you to do is this. Look at your second-tier players, because obviously the training staff is sabotaging all of our players, and we always come up limp and lame. Look at your second string right now and start making plays for them, because guess what? Somebody's going to get hurt for Washington.
Sam is ready. Sam is ready. Oh.
Hey, now that goes to Ron picking up Samus, but that's a whole nother story. So let's stay with Scott. I'm just saying that. This is, 2 years now, we know what's going to happen. We're not, actually, if you look at the history and the trends, last 5 years, we don't hit the field with the squad that we signed. It just happens. So please, Scott, please, for me, start looking at the second string and design a play calling acumen for them, because they're going to hit the field. I promise you that, because that's Washington. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it because I'm tired of seeing it.
So you saying Scott Turner's the scheme for the second team?
No, I'm saying he's going to have to do it for the first. You're being facetious. I'm saying that that if, heaven forbid, Antonio Gibson stubbed his toe, the whole season is over, because Scott was designing the whole entire season behind Antonio Gibson, and he has no answer. Zero answer for nothing. He just throw his hands up and say, well, looks like next year that's what he does. And I don't like it. You don't like it because you be cursing too. So I'm just saying, I need to see some adaptability. I need to see some, individual making adjustments, man. After second quarter, I need everybody to stay on the field, because when you go into the locker room, we forget how to play. Don't go in the locker room, Scott. Stay out there. Give him some oranges.
You've been pretty hard on Scott. Scott. You're a defensive guy. You're a blitz. What about Del Rio? Come on, man.
It's not much. Is that his turn? I'm gonna let everybody talk about Scott.
No. Go ahead, go all three of them. Just let me hear you.
All three?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Jack Del Rio. Oh, yes, sir. Jack Del Rio has refused to put pressure on other quarterbacks, because I guess he's afraid of having some kind of litigation coming after him for being so aggressive, because he doesn't play aggressive. His players need to put some pressure on the quarterback. Now, here go Al. Al's thinking, well, see, we don't have. Stop it.
I'm just saying, you talking about our defensive coordinator? Are you talking about our defensive coordinator? Because our coordinator, he wanted to start a new country. He wanted to start a new country. He was talking about revolution and all that. What are you talking about? Our coordinator is real aggressive.
Yes.
He's real aggressive.
Yes. He's aggressive when it comes to words. He's aggressive when it comes to ideas. But when it comes to his players actually putting the pressure, and everybody can say, now, don't get me wrong. I saw a stat recently on Cole Holcomb, and I think Cole Holcomb stats were a lot better than a lot of premier linebackers when it comes to his sacks, his tackles, whatever like that, this and that. So again, that goes to what? In my opinion, talent. And does Scott play to the talent? I remember when Cole Holcomb ran over that nose guard and went and sacked. I think that was a Dallas game. And blew him up. I remember that. But I never saw it for another 2 years. So
2 years ago.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. There's never going to be that. Not even if he went and whiffed. Because here's what people don't understand. There's a stat for rushing the quarterback, meaning hurrying the quarterback. There is a stat for that, because that's important. And it seems like Del Rio doesn't understand that. I'm not even worried about the sack. I want you to hurry the quarterback, make him uncomfortable so that we can possibly make a play.
Yeah, but remember, as you stated in the beginning, we never finished the game with the team we field. So for him to be mighty aggressive on defense is leaving us hanging high, because it's likely that one of our boys is going to get hurt, and it'll be the starter.
We
So
lost
to
St.
blitz a
Jude.
starter, to blitz a safety,
Right.
to
We
blitz a
lost
corner,
Williams.
you're
Yeah.
talking about hamstringing the whole year. You know, because we didn't have that much depth behind what we have now.
So
Now,
what
we
we gonna
still
do
have a
now?
lot of depth.
What we gonna do moving forward? You can't talk about moving forward. So what we gonna do moving forward? Because it's gonna happen again. We're just gonna fold our arms. We're gonna do the Ron Rivera.
Well, so that's why you have your scheme and your philosophy about offensive and defense, and you stick to that, and you pick players, and you have players, and you have a team that goes with the atmosphere you're trying to set on your team. If you're an aggressive team, you picking players and you recruiting players, and you're going to the free agent market for aggressive players. If you have a zone team, you picking players and you recruiting people for zone. So, and your whole team, your second, your third team, your special team players should all be able to play a 3D zone. That's what you are, a 3D zone team. You know what I'm saying? So that's how. If you're a dink and dunk team, your whole offensive team should be a dink and dunk team. All your players should be dink and dunk. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that goes to the head coach, because he's the one that drafts. I mean, he gets input from the defense and the offensive coordinator, but the head coach is the man who puts his signature on the list and says, "Hey, this is the guy we want." So, Trey, is Ron going to be around for a couple of years? Because right now he's saying that the third year is when he's supposed to pop. This is what he's been building up to, the third year of this team building. And he said this is the year that they're going to make strides like we haven't seen. So, being that he should be drafting people who will give us depth and replace whoever gets hurt to a certain degree, is he doing that? Is he worth another couple of years?
I want to believe he can be, but this is it. We think we all said it. I think we all agreed. I think the Washington fans agree. This is it for the whole entire organization when it comes to the coaching, man. I mean, if there isn't any major improvement when it comes to what we see on the field. Again, I said, I think 2 shows back, if we compete, we can go pretty far just if we can compete. But if we are marginalized based on the fact that we lost a player or two and all of a sudden we can't do anything, that's coaching. I said in a tweet, I said they were talking about your boy Payne. They were like, yo, what we gonna do, man? He's an awesome dude, man. He's a great guy. What can we do to keep him, And my statement was, I said, good organizations will figure it out. But I also said great organizations have 2 plans already in place. And I don't think that this organization thinks down the road enough. I think they think about the now. I think it's great to go out and get somebody. I want to believe that Ron is thinking real deep. I will be the first to admit on here that when Jahan Dotson came down during the draft, I was like, huh? Until I saw him. I was like, oh, great, nice, beautiful, good call. I'll be the first to admit those things. I have no problem doing that. I want to be the guy in the stands eating a hot dog talking about something. I don't know what I'm talking about. Look at this guy. They're going to Super Bowl. But unfortunately, all the years that I've been following the Washington franchise, it hasn't been that case. But I've seen other organizations right here in our division do it. Philadelphia is a boatload of no-name individuals but who can compete. They have that acumen, and I know we can do it. It's not like it's impossible, guys. It's not, but it just doesn't seem like that we're getting it together to do it.
Deacon, I want to ask you this question, Deacon. The head coach, talking about Ron, Riverboat Ron, has a major decision on the offensive side of the board. Reportedly, they have offered Scary Terry $26 million, and he still hasn't signed the contract yet. Reportedly, that may not be true. That's what the speculation is, that they offered him $26 million. Should Ron, this guy's the franchise, he's their best offensive player. Now he's going towards the 20, he's going to cheater money. We talked about, should he pay him cheater money? This is a big decision for Ron to make, really. It's really Ron's decision. This is what a head coach get paid for, to make this decision. Should we let this dude walk? should we franchise this dude? Should we go ahead and trade him? Or should we just go ahead and pay him to whatever he wants? Because he's, to me, when somebody offer you $26 million and it's above what everybody said that you really should be getting paid, and you still don't sign it, maybe you don't want to be here.
Yeah, 26 million is that's as high as I would go. If he's smart, he'd take that. He might be overplaying his market value because 26 is a lot of money. That's in par with all of the top receivers that are playing today. So being a third round pick, he might be trying to force his way, because he doesn't have that 50-year contract. He might be trying to force it because he knows how Washington does franchises. So if we franchise him, he's obviously going to be gone in the next couple of years. But 26, this is what Ron is there for. We almost are hamstring because of our coaches talking too much. Because we've already said that he's valuable to us. We're not trading him. And Ron said this is the year that we should pop. Everything is circulating around this one.
He lost his leverage.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. So you're gonna have to pay him top dollar. I don't know if he's gonna want more than 26. I think he'll stay at 26. They may still be negotiating. He might be trying to get that little bit more, just to say he got 26 million plus one, to be higher than somebody else. I don't know. The point is that this is what they paid the big bucks to Ron for. Now I said when they hired Ron a couple of years ago that I didn't see him taking us to the promised land. He wasn't taking us to the Super Bowl. I thought he was here to right the ship, get all the negative feedback from the other teams away from our team. It's been a work in progress, but he has turned a lot of things around. The front office, the team has made themselves, and he's not going to be gone next year. He's not on the hot seat. I think year 5 is his hot seat. I don't think we can afford to look for another coach at this point. Not a head coach. We just can't. Because we're not winning. We're not a valued.
He's 7-7.
Right now, we're not a valued franchise. So you might be trying to get another coach, but the coach ain't coming here. The one that you want may not want to come here.
Hey, we got some pretty good picks, though. We got some high players.
I know, but the front office is still jacked up. There's still a lot of negativity with this franchise, and people take that into consideration when you're talking about going somewhere to work.
You think we can get a Leftwich here?
Listen, Ron, don't worry about it. Ron gonna be here till 5 years. 5 years is his max. Okay, he's gonna be here.
We'd like to have a Leftwich from DC.
Hey,
you want to bring Leftwich in to take Turner's spot, then you're working with something.
Big Al, he done forgot his statement. If Super Bowl, baby,
he did say that.
Now we going to 5 years. You said if we don't make it, everybody get stepping. Hey, he said, I said it. I said it.
Super Bowl bust. That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Yeah, I did. And I meant it too.
You ain't doubling. Hey, look.
As far as I'm concerned, it's bust.
Crazy. I think we can get a Byron Leftwich up here to coach our team.
Listen, you can get Byron Leftwich because he ain't got no head coaching jobs. Of course, he
no. Jacksonville tried to hire him. Just like he turned down Jacksonville.
He didn't take it. And he didn't take Jacksonville.
He turned it down.
Why would he take us if he didn't take Jacksonville? At least
this is his hometown. This is his hometown.
Ain't nobody taking us.
Dude, chill out. He played in Jacksonville, didn't he? When he coached in Jacksonville?
He was.
Listen, all
he's from DC. He know about that chicken and mumble sauce. He know about that half and half.
He got enough money now. He know about that red cup. Hey, he can fly there from DC.
Hey, look, ain't nobody coming here, man. Listen, we are a extreme dumpster fire. The only thing that could fix us is winning. Period. This is why we're having this conversation, fans, so that you understand that we're talking about these guys because that is it. And those of you who have got this far, please like and subscribe and share to our channel. It really means a lot. Those that have joined, we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And listen, we are going to continue to be fans for fans by fans. But again, that's it, man. I like where we are.
5 years, son. Trey Z, I have a question for you.
I haven't gotten on your board. I know you want to take the heat off of your board, but I haven't got on him yet.
Get him.
Scott.
Get him.
My man Scott.
Get him.
This is his call year.
That's right.
He got a
You
little
saying
slip in his lock.
and Ron got 5 years. You saying Scott? This is Scott's last year.
I'm saying it's
Last year was Scott's last year.
See, Scott's been skirting.
Come on
the edges.
now.
Listen, Scott's been skirting the edges because he hasn't had the team that we wanted him to have. Quarterback's been all over the place. Receivers have been hot and cold. Defense was good one year, bad another year. Listen, Scott, this is his year on offense. He has to show. We got to do like you said last year. We got to be scoring 27, 30 points a game. That's it. I don't care what the defense does. The offense has to be able to score that type of number.
In the red zone is a touchdown.
And the good thing about the red zone is we picked up a big tight end. This dude is like 10 feet, right?
He's
Right.
6'7".
He's 11-2.
Dude is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want a fade pattern, there you go. There you go.
Not that fade.
And we can throw the fade now.
No fade.
The point is,
No fade.
We won the slant.
I remember Dotson's a little small, be running the slant inside the 20. But listen, you have the weapons that you wanted in the first year you was here. You got a quarterback that can stretch the field. You got receivers that can stretch the field. You got a hard running back. You got a quick running back. You got a wide out running back. You got it all.
Nice running back.
Offensive line that's come around to be pretty good. This is your year, so you can't lay back on injuries and this didn't happen. If I had this, I could stretch the field. If I had this guy, I could throw more outs or get more third and first downs. This is his year. I can't go further than that.
I've already talked to Scott about this. We have a plan set. We ready. We got our 2 big running backs. We got 2 big running backs now. We're gonna be running that rock through that A gap, through that C gap, and coming around the corner with McKissick. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run the ball and we're gonna throw deep. Run the ball, throw deep. We're not digging and dunking this year. We're running the ball and throwing through. So Tracy, you don't have to worry about that 10-yard. And we're running that rock. We got the power offense. We're running the rock. And we picking up 10 yards for that touchdown. And we're throwing deep.
Hey, you know what, Al?
Coaching for his career.
So don't worry about what Scott's doing.
You better start worrying about what Scott's doing.
I gave you the format.
You see how Big Al's talking? You see how Big Al's talking?
We're running
see that right there?
And we throwing deep.
Listen, real talk. You see how Big Al's talking? What he's doing, he's motivating me. I'm believing him. I don't think Scott got that in him. I don't think Scott got none of that in him.
I play
Scott look at the offense, and Scott goes, fellas, we're going to do this. And the fellas are like,
what?
Hold up. Trey Z, we got a track record of running the ball already. We did it last November. We did it till unfortunately the team got sick. We ran the ball and we won. We won like 5 or 6 in a row and the team got sick. The year before the time, we deeked and dunked and ran the ball. So we have a format already. We know how to win on this team. Run the ball and throw deep. Now we got the quarterback to throw deep.
Never said that I had any problems with the talent that we have on the field. I keep saying that. I just don't think that he knows how to put it there where the other See, Scott out coaches himself.
Come on,
He allows the defensive coordinator of the other team to out coach him.
Trey, did you know the rest of the NFL don't see Scott the way you see Scott? The rest of the NFL don't see Scott the way you see Scott. A lot of people
because I think
he's a coordinator.
I want you to, Big Al, I want you to know I still have hope in Scott. Okay. He is on our team.
The good thing about that is when we fire Scott, he has a job to go to because everybody likes Scott. So don't worry about Scott. He's going to be all right.
There's a place on the plane for everybody in the organization.
Scott goes, Jack goes too. And down goes the
Jack Del Rio. This is his year. Jack Del Rio has to bounce back. I think he got lucky with that first year where we was top 5 defense. He obviously didn't show an ability to carry on to the next year through injuries or through whatever happened. This is his card year 2. Both of them got yellow cards in their locker. We're trying to figure out who's going to stay and who's going to go, because I don't think both of them are going. Jack Del Rio has made too much noise not to have a top 10 defense. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, he better get Davis playing. He better get that linebacker playing. He better get that linebacker. Tracy.
They say Jamin Davis has looked better this offseason. Say repetition is his friend. And he's playing on the outside. He's not playing in the middle anymore.
Davis making tackles 10 yards.
He's not playing in the middle anymore. He's playing on the outside.
Forwards, not 10 yards.
On the outside, that's where he is. That's where this game is played, on the outside. So keep him on the outside. Let Holcomb see if he can run the middle and find a Buffalo nickel of some kind. I don't care.
Listen, I think, like Big Deacon said, the time on the field, the time in practice, the time is going to help heal some of our rookies. We already said Brown. I mentioned Brown like about 5 shows back. Y'all laughed at me, but they said Brown was looking better. Jamin Davis, man, he's a phenom when it comes to physicality and his speed. He got all the tools that he needs. It's just about football IQ. Again, now this is where I can get off of Jack Del Rio, and hopefully the linebacker coach is going to help him. And it's funny because we both know that Del Rio and Ron Rivera both were linebackers. But it's definitely not translating in Washington. But let's just hope that the coach of the linebackers will get these guys to a point where the scheme or the calls will benefit Mr. Davis and Holcomb, who's going to be the Mike, who's going to call it. And hopefully Holcomb might call a blitz or two and be like, hey man, I'm going. Mike Green. And hey, let's see some things happening in there. An aggressive defense. We've seen aggressive defense. You know what they look like. And you know that we haven't seen that since 2 years back. So all I'm saying is let's get that. Let's hope that Chase is healthy. Chase is a motivator. Now that's one thing we did lose, and I want to bring that back. Chase Young is a team motivator, man. That young man can move a crowd. Again, where Del Rio is lacking, Chase can step in there and get in somebody's face, make them feel like, oh, you ain't talking to me, young buck, and get out there and do some damage.
Well, he got to start stepping up too.
Who's that?
Chase. He got to start stepping up.
No question. And we're going to see that, but I think one of the things
maybe we need to get Warren Sapp here to motivate him. I don't know. Maybe that's what we need to do.
Hey, I wasn't mad at that. I wasn't mad at that at all. I think that when you have somebody who has that kind of pedigree, you tend to listen. I think that maybe Del Rio is too old for them to remember. It's like, black and white TV to them. You know what I'm saying? They think of Del Rio and Ron Rivera is like black and white TV. It's like, I can't go. But Warren Sapp, they can still visualize. Say, hey, man, this guy right here just jumped out the league a couple of years ago. Hey, that matters.
The man, he said he like black and white TV.
Black and white TV, baby. Hey, right now, there's some fans who are watching us right now never watched a black and white TV.
I know, that's why I'm laughing. Hey,
the only thing that they've ever seen was WandaVision that was in black and white. That was it. They ain't never seen a black and white TV, boy.
Hey, back in the day, we happened to have color. We may have had a black and white TV deep in our basement somewhere. But we happened to have color.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And there was a dude.
He had about 2, 3 black and whites and 2 colors.
Some joints scattered around the house.
You know what I know? I used to watch the Moon Man on Channel 32 on my black and white TV.
That's right.
Every once in a while, Deacon hit that go-go. He would have a go-go band on there, maybe Trouble Funk or somebody like that. The Moon Man. A lot of y'all don't know who the Moon Man was, but the real people from DC, from the DMV, know who the Moon Man was. He was DC's own go-go pusher back in the day, in the early 80s. And we would watch that my man Moon Man and his dance show playing go-go music. And hopefully, and back then we used to win. So hopefully we can return, and Big Jack is going to take us back to the return to be winning like the early 80s in the Moon Man, in the Happy Feet. You know what I'm saying? And the Spectre Gadget.
Let's hope so.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Tracy, you remember the Spectre Gadget? Do you remember
the Spectre Gadget?
You know what I'm saying? You remember the Happy Feet?
A lot of people Hey, there's a video of the Happy Feet, baby, and that junk was a top seller
Sure.
back in the day. Deacon gonna have to pull that up. Hey, but as we close this out today, and we talked about the Three Stooges, there's one stooge we ain't talked about.
The owner.
Hey, Big Dan said, listen,
The fourth stooge.
the Republicans have shown the way. If they don't have to show up for a subpoena, I ain't showing up either.
Listen, let me just say this as we close out. I don't know, Big Deacon, he can't say much because he's gonna lose his tea time. But with that being said, man, it's a bad look, man, when you don't go to the hearing to exonerate your innocent ass. And
I knew that wasn't gonna happen.
No. I get it now. I didn't know, but I get it now after I saw they did Goodell. I watched that joint live.
Yeah, that was a show.
Woo! But okay.
Hey,
all of that being said,
I like the way the NFL commissioner. I like the way the NFL commissioner was dancing, though. He danced around that hearing. You know what I'm saying? He did the Happy Feet because he got out of that joint.
Listen. At the end of the day, as I said before, and this is what we as fans got to really understand. It starts at the top. And when it's dirty at the top, when it's questions at the top, it does translate all the way down to the field. And fellas, you got to remember that. Fans, you need to know that. Yeah, you might think, okay, well, I can separate the two. You really can't. It really does matter. And I hope and pray that because we're going to have to play not only against other teams, other offenses and defenses, but just the propaganda and the media and everything else that comes with it, man. If somebody breaks wind during a press conference, they're going to talk about that as an assault. I'm telling you right now, this is not necessarily something so passe to throw off. Because, it's easy for us to now turn off our thing and go play our games and drink our alcohol and do whatever. But at the end of the day, somebody is saying, listen what I'm saying.
He going at your man today, man. He going at your man today. He going at Big Tony.
You said that.
He going at Trouble Funk. Hey, I personally like Lil Benny. You like Trouble Funk? You like Lil Benny. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Never mind. Let's get out of here, fellas. Let's go. We're gonna see y'all next week, man. Love all y'all. We appreciate you.
Hey, man.
Back out there, Al. Back out there.
Yeah.
We can get busy in the band.
I got fear.